Greetings. Does the mere thought of a product or course launch send your anxiety through the roof? You're not alone. The intense stress and overwhelming pressure associated with deadlines, complex tech setups, and the demand for absolute perfection are common pain points for entrepreneurs and creators. This pervasive launch anxiety can transform what should be an exciting milestone into a source of significant stress. The harsh reality of launch anxiety. Launches often feel less like a strategic endeavor and more like a high-stakes sprint into the unknown. We frequently operate in a state of constant adrenaline, juggling a million intricate details, all while battling the clock. This This relentless pace inevitably leads to a cascade of negative effects. Sleepless nights, spent worrying about what might go wrong, increased irritability that strains personal and professional relationships, and ultimately, a launch experience that feels more traumatic than triumphant. Instead of savoring the moment of bringing a new creation to the world, we emerge exhausted, depleted, and often questioning why we even embarked on the journey. The mindful solution: deconstructing launches into manageable tasks. The mindful solution offers a profound shift in perspective. It encourages us to reframe your launch not as a single, monstrous, and insurmountable event, but as a carefully orchestrated series of small, manageable tasks. This approach is not about slowing down progress, but about injecting intentionality and calm into the process. We introduce strategic pauses between bursts of activity, allowing ourselves to breathe deeply, reflect on accomplishments, and consciously celebrate progress. This deliberate integration of mindfulness transforms the inherent chaos of a launch into a calm, controlled, and ultimately more effective execution. And here are some mindful practical steps to cultivate a calm launch. Mindful practical step 1. Reverse engineer your launch timeline with granularity. The first practical step towards a mindful launch involves a meticulous reverse engineering of your entire launch timeline. Begin by pinpointing your actual launch day as the definitive end goal. From this point, systematically work backward, breaking down every significant step into tiny, bite-sized tasks. The key here is granularity. Aim for tasks that can be realistically... I read that wrong, and I'm not starting over. Aim for tasks that can realistically be completed within 30-minute blocks. For instance, instead of a vague build sales page, break it down into outline sales page sections. Write headline copy, select product images, integrate payment gateway, and so on. This meticulous breakdown renders the entire process less abstract and far more tangible, significantly reducing the overwhelming feeling of a monolithic project. It also allows for clearer delegation and a more accurate assessment of progress. Mindful practical step 2. Implement buffer days and celebration milestones. The second crucial step is to deliberately schedule buffer days and celebration milestones into your launch plan. Recognize that sustained intense work without breaks leads to burnout and decreased productivity. For every few days of concentrated effort, consciously schedule a lighter day dedicated to catching up on smaller tasks, addressing unexpected issues, or simply resting and recharging. These buffer days are not wasted time. They are essential for maintaining energy and clarity. Equally important are celebration milestones. After completing a major phase of your launch, such as opening the cart, finalizing all marketing assets, or securing a key partnership, consciously pause. Take a moment to acknowledge and celebrate that win. This could be anything from a short break to enjoy a cup of tea, a brief walk, or even a small personal reward. These celebrations are not just about boosting morale, they reinforce positive behavior, provide a sense of accomplishment, and prevent the feeling of being perpetually stuck on a treadmill. They allow you to consciously re-energize before moving on to the next phase. So, in closing, embracing calm in launches leads to a paradigm shift. And embracing a calm launch is fundamentally about understanding that true success is not born from frantic, last-minute heroics, but driven by last-minute messed up. Let me start that one over. Embracing a calm launch is fundamentally about understanding that true success is not born from frantic, last-minute heroics driven by fear, but from consistent, intentional, and well-planned action. It's a paradigm shift from a reactive, stress-driven approach to a proactive, mindful one. This approach allows you to genuinely enjoy the process of bringing your creation to the world, transforming the experience from one of dread to one of grounded excitement. It's about building a sustainable and enjoyable business rather than constantly sacrificing your well-being at the altar of the launch. So, what mindful change will you bring to your next launch? And how can you integrate these principles to transform your experience from overwhelming to empowering? If you want more support in building a mindful business and navigating the complexities of product and course launches with greater ease, please like, subscribe to our content, and share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your insights help foster a supportive community dedicated to mindful entrepreneurship. Thank you for watching. Stay mindful.